Alright, Kubota G1900 diesel HST. With the 60-inch deck. Alright. This is one that it was flooded. I had to change this. That's a new pulley there. Wasn't taken care of. So I went ahead, I was using it, but I didn't want to keep using it because it overheated. And so, part of this process is going to be cleaning out the radiator. The fins were all plugged up with dirt. I'm going to do a little bit more work on straightening out those fins and putting in there the diesel style coolant, try to clean out the block real good. I just pressure washed it. Again, it was real dirty. I'm going to completely again, this was flooded, so I'm going to do away with this module here, which seems to be a problem area with it. The prior owner was saying that the electronics just weren't working the way they should. So these modules are just for safeties anyways. It's just going to be a simple system with a universal diesel switch is going to activate the we're going to activate our bar here to heat the glow plugs we're going to have, and that's going to be on the kill and then our kill switch is going to operate. I had that on a separate circuit before to operate the kill solenoid. We're going to have a constant on to the fuel pump. This fuel pump constantly runs. Got 2 filters. That's a brand new filter right there. And change out that filter. We've got a fuel gauge, and we do have a temperature gauge. So here is the back of the instrument panel. We've got lights to it, so it's a lighted panel. As you can tell, we have it didn't get too wet. Which is, it's going to be a little bit complicated. You got the oil light that will come on. This is why originally I didn't want to get rid of the module. You got the glow plug light, and then you've got a light probably indicating that it's charging or it's not charging. So, and those are going to go into this right here. What we'll end up doing is taking these screws out to see if there's some sort of circuitry in there. Which these are going to be lights. I want to try to get all that stuff going. And then we have 3 connectors here, which apparently go to the temperature. So, and then we've got, what is this right here? This is the actual switch for the light. And then we got 3 connectors. So I know some of these are going to be grounds for the fuel, and over there we got a black with red, and then the yellow with red. So here's a yellow green, and then here is, let's see, a black. So, and then this just might be, I don't know, we'll have to get into that and see what that one might be to wire it right. Having to do this, the switch fell apart. So the only way to start it to where I was able to run it was just to do a hot wire here and then putting it right on the, and that's how I'd start it, and I just manually kill it. But when you do that, you're not getting anything else going. Like, you're not getting the fuel pump run and all that stuff, which it would run without the fuel pump. But see, here we've got a return. I don't even know if it's return. Yeah, I think, you know, the return's still going back. I had no problem with it running. I'm gonna go ahead and change out I'm gonna put the UDT replacement in there, just the Tractor Supply universal hydro trans fluid in the back. Change the oil with either 1540 or a 10W30. Probably go with the 1540. Make sure it's charging. So this system will go it's already going back at some point to the battery, but I think before it goes back over here, I think it's actually going into the yeah, it was going back into the panel, you know, so because it has to run through those lights and all that stuff. So just trying to simplify it a little bit. So we also had issues down here with the shafts and stuff. So this shaft looks pretty decent, but we have a little bit of wear on this one right here, which is causing it to kind of wobble a little bit. So I might hit that with a welder and try to bring up some of those. Or what I was thinking about actually doing is kind of tack welding it on to that side, just to take some of that wobble out. It was eating up belts here in the front for the PTO, and what was going on was that this brake was constantly engaged onto this pulley. As you can tell, there's a lot of wear there. The reason being was this was bent out, so when the PTO was engaged, it wouldn't engage and bring back the brake. So the brake was constantly, so my thought was the brake being constantly activated was heating that system up and causing the belts to prematurely crack. Let's see if I can find the belt. Yeah. To heat up, prematurely crack, and not last long. Besides that, they were actually having to work harder. It wasn't, this was loose, these belts were loose anyways, so, but that's good, so that's not the issue. So that needs to be tightened up to make sure that the brake fully comes back. The belts are tight enough. Also, probably another problem is we've got, as you can tell, this should be a 1/2-inch belt, but over time it's V'd out more, and so we're getting, and that should be tighter. So I know that was causing an issue as well with things. I don't know what was in there. And then the cooling system, again, we're gonna get, I bought this hose right here, gonna replace that. It's gonna see that belt should never be that loose to be able to do that. As you can see, there is some working of the pump, because we're seeing drips come through there. Alright, and so this is, again, we got just a good overall system. We're going to again drain it here, Drain the oil there. Just kind of see what it looks like. See if there might still be some water in there that he didn't clean up. Do some electrical work and put it all back together again. Sharpen the blades again. And put a new seat on it. Just a double seat I have around here that's been in better shape than that one. To get this shaft out, because I'm a little concerned about the bearings in there. There is a circlip on that other side. And, now actually getting some movement, which we weren't getting before. I don't want to mess that up too much, but you can see the circlip right here that you have to get off. And now maybe I can use some stuff on this side. Alright, we got yeah, really yucky condition there. This one does have a grease fitting. This one does have needle in it, which I'm gonna say we can just clean that up really good. And then this one should be a replaceable bearing right here. It is a let's see if I can clean that up and look at it. It's a 6205, and then there is a circlip there too, so that definitely is replaceable. Just gotta see if I got a 6205. Yeah, an oil seal. I think there's an oil seal on the other side too. Yeah, we're just gonna clean that up really good. Probably shoot some brake cleaner in there. And then this gritty in there. And then blow it out and try to get a brush in there and clean it out real good. See if we can take some of that wobble out of that end. This, by the way, is supposed to be a quick connect, but I was having trouble with it because it hadn't been, functioning in a while, so I had to use my big right, like that, but actually a bigger one once I was able to get this part to move.